9 years is way too long. That ends tonight. You're watching Football Friday Night on KCCI.
Hello and welcome, everybody. What a night it was. We're going to explain that in just a moment, but we had crews out across Central Iowa. Huge night, some thrilling finishes and some upset. A lot to get to, but we're going to start there with Dowling. Over at Valley Stadium, Jeff DeBrice standing by live, and what a fantastic game against Southeast Polk for our game of the week. Jeff?
Scott, I'm so happy. We talk these games up all week, right? And we have to. It's the game of the week. It should be talked up. This one lived up to the hype. You've been telling me, making fun of me, that I have a curse, that all the games I go to turn out to be bad. This was awesome. I made up for it. It's one of those games that you have circled on the calendar all year long. Southeast Polk, the three-time champion in Class 5A, taking on Dowling Catholic, and you got to see these highlights. It was a lot of fun in this one. The scoring started early in this game, as it was just really fun to watch. This was high-level football. Southeast Polk striking first in the game. Red zone play action, throwback from Holden Hansen to Drew Thompson. It's 6-0 after a missed PAT, which would actually kind of prove to be crucial later on in this game. Maroons, though, they're going to respond. Parker DePhillips, a beautiful spiral on the slant route, lands softly in the hands of Jacob Scow. It's 7-6 Maroons. Rams keep pushing back, though. They'll find pay dirt on the ground. Landon Vanderwerf plowing his way through. It's 13-7. Dowling would take a 14-13 lead and then get the ball back. And on 4th and 8 in the second quarter before halftime, they go for it. And DePhillips with a high heave into the air. And how about this? Right into the hands of Jack Barrett. Maroons take a 21-13 lead into the break. Let's go to the second half. More specifically, the fourth quarter, where Dowling Catholic saw a 28-13 lead disappear. So we're tied at 28. And who do they go to? Rashad Davis, who already had a touchdown in the third quarter. He gets another one here in the fourth. It's 35-28. But as it has been all night, seesaw. Southeast Polk, minute left. Unreal drive is capped off by a Drew Thompson catch again. 35-14. They're going to go for two, but they're called for a false start. 5-yard penalty. They go for the PAT, and it is pandemonium. And the PAT off the left upright. Unbelievable. They would get the onside kick, get a Hail Mary attempt, and it just would be for naught. Dowling Catholic in an instant classic. 35-34 is your final.
Well, like my linebacker, he told me to hit the outside shoulder, and then he was going to go through. He got through. It was a pretty good play. I was really excited about it.
It's a huge win. What's it mean for the momentum moving forward for this team and just kind of the expectations it gives you?
It's huge. I think expectations are state championship, but we'll see how the season goes. We got 1 week at a time.
What do you guys think?
What do you say?
Great team win.
Great team win.
Great team win. Teammates watching on 35-34. You see it behind me. Instant classic, Scott. The curse of me going to bad games is over.
Yeah, and Dowling breaking through and beating Southeast Polk. Great work out there. Congrats. Now, Ankeny had some disappointing losses this year, but they also have some huge wins. They beat Dowling, and tonight they try to hand an L on Valley as well. First quarter, Valley running back Darius Mason. This game at Ankeny. Mason puts the Tigers in the red zone after some hard running. And then it's going to be Jaden Davidson's turn to punch it in. Valley strikes first to go up 7-0. Then coming up here, Ankeny's going to line up for a field goal and miss. Not a lot of scoring at all in this game until very late. Dante Sciarrata misses this one, but he would make one in overtime to put him up 13-10, and then Ankeny picks off a Valley pass to win it at the end. Yes, Ankeny scores the upset here, 13-10. Your final at overtime. Urbandale needing a win to move into the playoff picture. They had a chance to get a big quality win at home against the Johnson Dragons. The Urbandale fans in pink. Johnson, though, a healthy dose of D'Angelo Barku. First quarter, just slicing up that Urbandale defense. That makes it 7-0. He's having a good time. Johnson driving again in the first, but the Urbandale defense steps up. Josh Tarpa picks it off. Nice return right here, actually, after a little fumble there. But all they could manage was a missed field goal after that. Johnson really stepped on the gas in the third quarter here to blow them out. 56-14. Johnston wins again. Dragons are now 6-2. Waukee Northwest hosting Centennial. Wolves on offense, down 7-0. Matt Keitlin having a great sophomore season for the Wolves. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds Elliott Combe. Great play. Ties the game at 7. Run of the night, though, might belong to Centennial's Braden Jackson. How about 80 yards through the hole, and then it is pure speed. Centennial beats Northwest 28-10. Also, Madrid 34-8 over Wayne. Marshalltown with the big win over Lincoln 24-14. Up next, our wild card game in Stuart. So as we had to break, how about some West Central Valley cheerleading?
Football Friday night!
Welcome back, everybody. Wild card time. That means Shannon A. Hart's here.
Yes, I was at the Woodward Granger West Central Valley game, and I ran into these band members. It was senior night. There's 7 of them. If you watch the 6 o'clock show, I didn't play an instrument, but they did a great job. Let's get to the game. Woodward Granger has the best quarterback in the district in Talon Fusen, but the Wildcat defense locked him down. Watch this here. Jordan Robinson, Zach Teague, and Gerald Madison had a big 4th down stop. Had 2 of them when I was there. It's still scoreless. The Wildcats couldn't convert any points, but Fusen will throw a dart to Kane Mahler-Moreno, a one-handed snag. The very next drive, and the Hawks lead 7-0 like clockwork. The district champs are in the red zone again. This is money. I almost had to pay for that one. Saved myself. Max Dalton, a corner route, a perfect ball. Didn't hit my camera, thank goodness. West Central Valley held him on 3rd down, but Woodward Granger follows the analytics. It's spooky season, and this is scary. Dalton runs like a bat out of hell, my goodness, to the end zone. Sheesh. West Central Valley. Defense was good, but not good enough. Tough loss on senior night. Woodward Granger, 35-3, the final.
All right, we had an upset alert at Bondurant Farrar. They were taking on number 3 Pella in the Blue Jays. Their season has not gone the way they wanted, but they were looking good early in this one. Jordan Ryle scrambling. He's going to go 60 yards.
See ya.
Doesn't quite house it, but gets him deep in territory, and then that just means it's Riley Vanderlinden time. Pitches it to Ryle, who finds Boone Obrecht in the corner of the end zone. What a play. It's 7-0 Blue Jays. And then Pella's going to fumble the following kickoff. So the Blue Jays were back in great field position. And they would score again and go up 14-0. But all for naught, Pella comes back and wins 28-21. Pella's still rolling, Shannon.
I have a game for you guys. Norwalk and number 4 Lewis Central. The Titans defense comes up big. Tej Nettle with the strip sack and recovery. Then just 4 plays later, Chance Chappell fighting his way in for a 10-yard touchdown. Titans strike up 7-0. But Norwalk answers. It's Eli Robbins who will haul in a 45-yard bomb that evens the score. And Norwalk would end up winning it in a monster upset, 21-7.
All right, here's a name we have not said enough from Ottumwa. First, we're going to cue the band over at Williams Stadium. Great environment, East Side kids showing up. Came out strong in this one, but no slowing down. Kobe Chantalavana. Sorry,
Wow.
Kobe. I tried.
That's
but yeah,
amazing.
Kobe's the man. 213 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day, and broke the school's single-season rushing record tonight. Ottumwa led 34-6 at the half. East has a nice touchdown here coming up. Devin Holman to Collier Kaysen, but Ottumwa does win 48-12. They're doing great.
Earlham led South Central Calhoun 7-0 in the third. The Titans with a chance to even the score. Aiden Stickrod barrels for the end zone, but comes up empty. The fans are upset. People are throwing their hands in the air, but no worries at all. Andrew Anderson would hand off to a big man, Cole Higgins, for the equalizer. It's 7-7. Next drive, Earlham on 4th and 2 goes for it. Blake Reynolds hands off to Caleb Smith. Breaking tackle after tackle, and Earlham would end up actually stopping a 2-point conversion later in the game with no time on the clock to win it 21-19.
Up next, our fan of the night, and as we head to break, a little East High pride.
West side! East side! West side! East side! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Scarlet! Woo!
Take a look at this guy. This is Willie the Wildcat. He was literally dancing to Sweet Child of Mine. Look at him getting low there. He deserves the fan of the week, or she. I don't know who was in there. But watch this. He'll slowly moonwalk off of out of the frame. It was so funny.
I want you to tweet more of that out. Yeah.
Oh, it was hysterical. Yeah.